Okay, let me ask you something. What do you think is the single most important word in any English sentence? Well, today we're going to find out. We're talking about the one thing that literally gives life to our language. Let's jump right in.
All right, take a look at this sentence on your screen. She very happy. Something's not quite right, is it? It feels broken, incomplete. There's a crucial piece of the puzzle missing that would make it all click. Any ideas what it could be?
So, what was that missing piece? You guessed it, it's the verb. Think about it like this: the verb is the absolute beating heart of a sentence. Without it, a sentence has no life, no pulse. It's just a bunch of words sitting there on the page, not really doing anything.
So let's get right into it. What is a verb, really? Well, to put it simply, it's a word that shows action or a state of being. Basically, it's what's happening. You can think of it as the engine of the sentence. It's the part that makes everything go and tells us what's actually going on.
Okay, first up, verbs mean action. Now, this is probably what you think of when you hear the word verb. We're talking about action verbs. These are the fun ones, the ones that tell us someone or something is actively doing something.
Take a look at this. I write a letter. Simple, right? The word write is the action. It's what's being done. It's clear, it's energetic, it's a verb.
Here's another one. He drinks water. What's the action here? Yep, it's drinks. That's our verb. See? You're already getting the hang of this. And how about this one? The baby cries. So words like write, drinks, cries, they're all showing us what's being done. They give the sentence its entire purpose, its movement. But hold on, it's not always about big actions like running or jumping. Now we're going to look at verbs that show state. Some verbs are a lot quieter, you know? Instead of showing movement, they describe a state of being. We're talking about feelings, conditions, or just the way things are. And this slide makes the difference super clear. Over on one side, you've got your action verbs, write, run, play, all about doing. But then look at the other side. We've got state verbs like am, is, has, like. With these, nobody's really moving, but the verb is still telling us something absolutely essential about the situation. Now, the king of all state verbs is definitely the verb to be. You see it all the time in its different forms. Am, is, are, was, were. Look at the example. She is my friend. The word is isn't showing an action, right? She's not doing anything. Instead, it's kind of like a bridge or an equal sign connecting she with my friend. All right, so verbs do a lot, but they're also super flexible. This section is all about how verbs change. Honestly, verbs are kind of like chameleons. They change their shape to give us even more information, like who's doing the action or when it all went down. Let's check out a couple of ways they pull this off. First up, they change for the subject. Look at this. We say, I eat rice, but we say, she eats rice. See that little S on the end? It's a tiny change, I know, but it's absolutely crucial for making the sentence sound right. Verbs are also little time machines. They change to show us time, what we call tense. So right now, in the present, you'd say, I go. But if you're talking about yesterday, that same verb completely changes to I went. And for the future, we just grab a little helper word and say, I will go. Pretty cool, huh? And speaking of those helper words, that brings us to helping verbs. Yep, some verbs have one job, to help the main verb. Words like is, am, has, will, can, they all team up with the main verb to give it a more specific meaning. For instance, I am studying tells you it's happening right now. Or she has finished work tells you the action is complete. Okay, we've covered a lot, right? Action verbs, state verbs, how they change. But now we've come to it. The one unbreakable rule. This is the single most important thing you need to remember about all of this. It ties everything together. And here it is, the big one. Every single sentence in English must have a verb, period, no exceptions. Remember that broken sentence from the very beginning? She very happy? Look how we fix it. She is very happy. Boom. Just by adding that one tiny little state verb, is, we've given the sentence its heart back. Now it's complete, now it's alive. So let's do a quick recap. What are your key takeaways? First, a verb is an action word or a state word. Second, it's the part that tells you what someone does or what's happening.
And finally, and most importantly, remember that it is the heart of a sentence. Always. So there you have it, the mighty verb. Now that you know its secret, that it's the heart of every sentence, I want to leave you with a question to think about. What's the most powerful verb you can think of? Go on, give it some thought. Thanks for tuning in.